Good evening, everyone, and welcome to our city. We are right here in the mayor's office at the Muscatine City Hall, and thanks for joining us. It's March 12th of 2019. Thank you, everyone, for all of the lovely birthday wishes that I had today. It's been a great day. We had some sunshine in this morning, but not so much this afternoon. Hey, I wanted to give a shout out to the National Pearl Button Museum at the History and Industry Center. They've got the longest name I've ever heard of, but it's well-deserved and well-earned. We did really nice ribbon cutting there the other day. But first I want to start with last Wednesday, Jody Hansen, she's with Convention and Visitors Bureau, and she requested that the Eastern Iowa Tourism Association come and do their quarterly meeting here in Muscatine. And it was held at the National Pearl Button Museum. Upstairs, they have renovated everything. It's amazing if you haven't gotten into there yet. But I'll talk to you about that in just a bit. But it was so nice having their meeting here and really getting to show off Muscatine, showing off all the different things that we're known for and talking to them about the pearl buttons and the history of Muscatine and showing them our hotels and our restaurants. And it was a really nice group of people. Terry Eagle gave a lovely welcome. See, this is the upstairs, and they've taken out all of the middle stuff, so it's really opened the venue up. They can hold 100 to 150 people upstairs now, very comfortably. It was a really nice day, and they were here all day. They had lunch. They got to hear about all the different things about our community, as well as focus on what their actual agenda included. So it was really nice, and thank you for them allowing me to come and welcome them as well. Another fun thing that I just got to do was I went to the Central Middle School 8th graders, ELA Pre-AP, there's another long name, to their class. They were doing some projects called, that they were looking at what are important things that need to be addressed in our society today. So I got to hear some really nice projects by the students. It was a lovely day. They talked about, some of them had healthy drinking water and the need for that in our community. Some talked about the problem of bullying. Some talked about diversity and how that is not celebrated as much as it should be, or health needs, different health needs. So it was a really nice day. Big thank you to teachers Becky Stogdill and Amy Justice. They invited me to come and share the day with them, and it's some of the funnest things that I get to do, spending it with the students. So thank you so much. I would like to get to visiting with our first guest, who is Jen Watkins-Shanig, and she works for Muscatine County Community Services, actually for the Muscatine County Board of Supervisors in our Veterans Affairs office. Welcome. Thanks for coming, Jen. We haven't had you on here before. I'm so glad that you came.
I appreciate the invitation.
Oh, sure. So does each county have a Veterans Affairs office?
Yes. So several years ago, the state passed a law that there needed to be a service officer in every county. So some counties do share people if their veteran population or their overall county population is below a threshold.
So they might have one for 2 or 3 small counties?
Sure.
Okay.
Yep.
So there's not 99 necessarily?
Not necessarily.
Okay.
However, they can have more than one. So for Polk County, for example, has more than one.
Okay.
And Lynn County has more than one. So that just kind of makes it a little easier for them to do all of the good work for their county veterans.
So you're located in the old post office?
Yep, 315 Iowa Avenue.
How long have you been doing this?
It'll be 5 years in June.
Okay, so you saw the move, or were you always there?
I was always there.
Okay, so you weren't at the courthouse annex before?
No.
Okay. The old Dungy building.
I've heard lots of stories about that.
I bet you have. I bet you have. So any veteran can come to you for assistance then?
Yes.
And what kind of things do you help them with?
Well, a lot of times I get questions from veterans just basically asking if they're a veteran. So if you're not sure, then come and ask me, call me, stop by. And it really kind of depends what kind of a veteran you are, for what benefits you might be eligible for. So
How would they not know? Like, is it if they were only in for a short time, got out on medical or something like that?
Yes.
Okay.
So most federal benefits aren't National Guard or reservists
Uh-huh.
aren't eligible for.
Oh, really?
So unless they were activated. So that's usually what
Sure.
the question is. Since I was only in the Guard or the Reserve,
Am I
is the
considered?
question that I get, am I considered to
sure.
be a veteran? Or am I eligible for anything since I served in the Guard or Reserve? Also questions about, well, I'm a retiree of the Army or the Marines or whatever. Is there anything else special that I should know about? So
Okay, sure.
it just, every definition, there's many definitions of
Oh,
what
I
a
bet.
veteran can be. So
And then what about a spouse? Could a spouse ever?
So there are dependent benefits
Mm-hmm.
too. If the service member or the veteran passed away, there are
Mm-hmm.
certain circumstances where the eligible spouse would be able to apply for some benefits.
Okay. I know a couple of our grandkids, their dad was wounded in combat in Iraq, and they are eligible, the children are eligible for some benefit because their father was
For
wounded in
like a scholarship.
he was wounded in a combat zone.
Mhm.
Yeah. Well, that is good to know. They can just call you or come down and see you,
Right,
and then you can help them figure that out.
right,
All right.
yes.
So what other kinds of things, if you establish that they are truly a veteran,
Mm-hmm.
what kind of things might they be able to get assistance for?
So if they were injured or contracted some kind of disease when they were on active duty.
Like Agent Orange or something like that?
Yes, if they were exposed to Agent Orange and they have certain disabilities, they may be eligible for benefits that are presumptive of that exposure.
Okay.
So if you, for instance, you were marching and you fell and you busted your knee, and you went and they saw that you had broken your kneecap or whatever,
Sure.
and you still have problems with that to this day after you exit service, then you can get service connected for that, which means that they pay you a monetary benefit a month,
Okay.
depending on the level of disability.
Sure.
So a lot of people ask, well, it's like PTSD, well, that's a big one now.
Sure it is.
There's a lot of press about that now, but that's certainly not the only kind of, you broke your finger and you can't bend it all the way anymore. That's something, that you could file for as long as you were on active duty or if it was within a presumptive period of time.
Sure. So can you help them access like health care at the VA in Iowa
Yes.
City?
Yep,
Okay.
I can. So the VA, how they work, they kind of work in the past. So they require that you provide financial information for the veteran and the veteran's spouse if the veteran is married, and then also if their child, if they have any dependent children, what kind of income that they have, and then they assign them to a priority group,
Okay.
which determines whether or not they have a copay. But
All right.
so the VA, unfortunately, in our area is pretty wonderful. It's not overly taxed and overly booked, and most veterans don't have a horrible waiting time. But larger areas, like in California maybe, or New York, for
So
example,
it's
Chicago,
priority.
they
okay.
have to have the priority group because they have to have a cutoff somewhere.
Sure.
So they have to follow the same guidelines throughout the whole VA system. But that's why they ask for income,
And
unfortunately.
it used to be that it was 100% covered for life. That's not necessarily true
Well, I don't
anymore.
know if it necessarily meant
Really?
100% for life. I know that a lot of people
We all thought
over
it
the
did.
years,
Sure.
right? A lot of people thought that, but that's not necessarily true.
there has been a copay over the years.
Probably
Okay.
as long as I've been there, there's been a
Okay.
copay, so we'll go
Okay.
with that.
So what about transportation? That's always a barrier for getting people
That
back and
can
forth
be
to
a
Iowa
very
City.
big barrier. Fortunately, we're not located that far away.
True.
But it can still make a big difference to folks. But I coordinate the van that picks up veterans from their residence
Oh.
and transports them to either the Coralville Clinic or the medical center in Iowa City.
Oh, nice.
And then it returns them to their home after they're completed with their appointments.
Oh, that's helpful.
Yeah, it's wonderful.
I read that there's another clinic opening somewhere near.
So there currently is another clinic in Bettendorf, and they're moving
Okay.
it to Davenport. I think it's across from the Mississippi Valley Fairgrounds.
Oh, that's close too. That'll be really handy for people.
Right. A lot more parking. It's easier to get to.
Uh-huh.
So I think that's a wonderful addition. I
Oh,
think
sure.
they're cutting the ribbon on that maybe April 1st, I want to say.
And that'll be like a doctor's office.
Yep. With a lot of specialty clinics in there as well, as far as I know.
Oh, that's helpful, isn't it? So at the VA in Iowa City, you can go to them, you know, for any ailment
Just about
that
anything.
you might have.
And what's so wonderful about them is that they share physicians with the university.
Oh, nice.
So and they aren't
they're getting
afraid
cutting
to.
edge stuff.
Sometimes
Sure.
they're not able to help veterans at the medical center, so they will refer them out to the university. And if they have to make that referral, then oftentimes they'll make the payment to
Oh,
the
wow,
university.
that's nice. Very good. That's a huge help. So what hours are you open then? Are you the only staff person?
I am the only staff
Okay.
person. I do share a receptionist with community services, so if you come and I don't happen to be there, you can always leave your name and number or take a card and call
Okay.
me.
Uh-huh.
But I am the only Veterans Affairs staff there
Okay.
from 8 to 4:30.
8 to 4:30, Monday
Yep.
through Friday.
Monday through Friday, yeah.
Okay. Oh, wow. Are you busy? I mean, I guess sometimes we tend to think that there's not a lot of veterans here in our community, but I think there really are.
I think I would be swamped if every veteran in this county knew that there was somebody here that could help them.
Really?
There-
So
I-
people still don't know.
There are people that still don't know.
Wow.
That's why I appreciate the invitation to come
yes,
on here.
Yes. That's awful. You know,
It is.
we keep trying, you know, through whatever venues that we have that, or whatever avenues that we have that we can get the information out on programs and services like this. But it's just amazing to me still the people that don't know.
Yeah,
the
it's very
services.
unfortunate, especially the folks that have an issue that might be somewhat small at first, and then
Sure.
it just compiles over time, and
Uh-huh.
they're not sure what to do with it, so they ignore it, and then they call, and it's a lot more. It's harder to
Sure.
help them, and they may lose out on benefits in the meantime while we're
Right.
trying to fix it, or they should have been eligible for something. For maybe payments if they're in a nursing home and they didn't
Sure.
know that they were eligible to get some money when they were
Oh,
there,
yeah.
that they missed out on thousands of dollars worth of benefits that they just didn't know about.
So we need to make sure that all of our social service organizations also know about you. So if they
Yeah.
work with a veteran, they can make sure to put that bug in their ear about, hey, you also need to check out the Veterans Affairs Office.
I've been working in conjunction with a lot of the nursing home and assisted living
that's
facilities.
good.
So usually when they come in and the intake, they ask, are you a veteran or are you a surviving spouse of a veteran? If you are, then you should really have your family reach out to Jen if you're not able to yourself. And at some point, they'd have to contact me if they're in a facility, if they need to apply for Medicaid.
Okay.
Because they require that
It goes
the
through you.
person also apply for veterans benefits.
Oh, they require that. Yeah, because maybe they can get funding from there to assist with the cost
Right,
of their
yeah.
housing. I see. So I know you have an event coming up.
I
Can you
do.
tell us about that?
So this will be the 3rd year that we're having our Veterans Appreciation Meal. This will be the 2nd year actually that we're having it at the National Guard Armory on 61
Great
by the
venue.
airport. It's a great place, a great space, plenty of room,
Uh-huh.
nice and clean, and it's got. I used to drill out of that armory when I was in the Guard, and I just loved it
Oh,
when they
did you?
built
Okay.
it. The interior of the drill floor is just so amazing with all of the history.
It is. I've been able to go down and see several troops off as they were getting sent off. Oh, there's one. And then welcome them when they come back. It's so nice, but it's a great building.
It is.
It really is.
It really is, and there's so much parking there that
Yes.
when we had it at the Legion the first time, and that was really wonderful. But I was just afraid that people would think, well, I'm not a Legion member, so
Yes,
I probably
sure,
shouldn't go.
sure.
So I figured that this would be a nice place that's pretty neutral, and it's in between both counties, and that's
Yeah.
both county veterans are from Louisa and Muscatine are
Okay,
more
both
than
are
welcome to
welcome.
attend.
Okay.
Yes,
So the event is going to be the 20th,
it'll be the 24th.
24th. I think we
for-
have a flyer coming up.
24th from 1 to 3.
Uh-huh.
And if you just RSVP, so I know how many
About
meals.
how many people?
Yeah, just so we have enough food for everybody.
Sure. So it's going to be a luncheon at the National Guard, March 24th, which is coming up. What's going to
is.
be a week from Sunday.
I know.
Oh, wow. So guy and a girl's going to cater.
Yep.
And there's going to be a presentation. So besides the lunch, you're going to talk a little bit to them about.
I will talk a little bit, and Adam Cottle from Louisa County Veterans Affairs will also say a few words. Very, very informal.
Okay, so they're not going to sit and listen to a speech for 3 hours.
No, and I had somebody call the other day and ask if I was selling something, and no, I'm not selling anything. Nope, you don't have to pay for a thing when you're there.
Thanking them, recognizing them, and just giving them a little bit of information.
Right. Okay. Right. Yes. So we're very excited about that.
So this is your
third.
Third.
Yeah.
How many people came to the last couple? You don't have, I mean, don't ask me, I'm sure you can't remember the exact head count, but I'm thinking like hundreds or?
Around 100, I would say.
Really? That's great.
It was wonderful, yeah.
But you're right, we probably have, what, 500?
I would say at least,
yeah,
if not more. I'm
sure. So the veterans that can come to this, they're any veterans?
Any veteran.
Okay.
I don't ask for any proof of service. Just come on, come
on
in, make yourself at home, share a meal, have some conversation, and find out if there's anything that you should be getting that you're not.
Sure, sure. You know, we don't want to leave any benefits on the table for our servicemen and women and for the things that they have done for us. If there's any kind of benefits that they can be receiving and assistance, they should get it.
Absolutely.
So it's very good that we have your office there that can certainly match them up with the things that they have coming to them for all of the things that they have done. Oh, this is the World War II Memorial. It must have been some of the soldiers that got to go out. And have you been to any of the memorials in Washington, D.C.?
No, I haven't.
You should have to do that sometime.
I think it would be really amazing.
It really is. Well, I think you have a wonderful job to be able to spend time with the veterans, and it must be very rewarding for you to be able to help them.
It can be really rewarding. I love to hear the stories.
Oh, I bet.
One was telling me that his uncle served under Patton, you know, and all these stories about that. And then I have old World War II pictures hanging. One has my grandpa, and the other two, I don't know the gentleman that was in there. I just inherited them, and I just love people seeing those, and then it just starts a conversation about their service and how proud they were of what they were able to do and the experiences that they had. They're not always good, but they're not always bad, for sure.
Sure.
It certainly changes everybody a little bit. Maybe a little bit of good humor about the time you had, or some funny stories, or made them grow up a little bit. So I think that's my favorite part of the job, is just the different people I get to meet.
And it must be fun to be able to tell them, hey, I just found out you're eligible to get...
I love it. I love that part. Yeah. Your retro amount is, and then it's just like, oh my gosh, really? Oh my gosh. That's the best part.
Because they must get a lump sum for all of the back pay that they should have been getting for something. Oh, that's great. Oh, that would be fun. That would be like telling somebody they won the lottery or something. Oh, how exciting.
It is exciting.
Is there anything else that we can do to help share? I know you want us to get the word out. Make sure that everybody knows that this service is available to them, and it's at no cost. Is that correct?
Right, no cost.
So even if you help them discover that they're eligible for some kind of benefits or services, you don't get a cut of that.
I don't take any money. Nope. I work
good.
for Muscatine County. I don't take any gifts. I don't take any money. All of it's theirs.
Very good. So you're located in the old post office. Is the number just the same as it is for community services, 7512?
Mine's 563-262-4162.
Very good. So that's a direct line to you.
Direct line.
Very good.
Yep.
Very good. Well, is there any parting things that you want us to be on guard for? Make sure we tell everybody about the Veterans Appreciation Lunch on the 24th.
If you're interested in being a driver for that van that I have that shuttles folks to Iowa City, I'm always looking for new volunteers.
Okay.
Right now we keep the van in Louisa County because most of our drivers are from Louisa.
Okay.
And so it just makes more sense instead of having to drive here to go back up there. So I'm starting to I have one full-time Muscatine County driver, but I'd like to get some more because most of my drivers have been doing it for several years now, and I'm sure that within the next couple of years they're going to be wanting to fully retire.
Sure, I bet.
So I'm always looking for new folks that
I bet
would
that's
be
a fun
interested
job
in doing
too.
it. Yeah.
I bet it is. So they can just get a hold of you if they're interested in that.
Absolutely. Same
Very
number.
Good. Very good.
All right.
Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you for having me.
Well, if you'll just sit tight while we get ready to segue into our next guest, I wanted to show you a couple of highlights from the History and Industry Center. We had the National Pearl Button Museum ribbon cutting because we changed the name. And so it's now the National Pearl Button Museum in the History and Industry Center. So we went on Friday, had a really nice get-together. We did the ribbon cutting for the new name, and we got to hear Terry Eagle talk a little bit. If you have never been to the museum, I can tell you that you are in for a treat if you can figure out a time that you can get over there. Terry Eagle can just talk and tell you all of the history of the pearl button time in our community. He is such a wealth of knowledge, and it is so interesting. He actually acted like he was nervous for the ribbon cutting, and I'm thinking, you talk for a living, Terry, you're amazing. And he always is. It was a packed house. People came just to hear and see all of the new furnishings that they've done. So they've got new TVs up, and they've really opened up the whole top and bottom. As you can see all the way to the back now. We actually had our annual casino night for the Y here last year upstairs, and it was a little bit different because you had all of these places that you had to maneuver through, but now it's this big open space. It's wonderful. You've just got to get down there. Even if you have been there, but it's been a while, you need to get over there and see it. We have so much to be proud of and brag about here in our community because of our history and the way we're able to celebrate it still, and the stories that we can tell not only to our children but to the rest of the world. So jump on the chance if you can get down there and tour through. Megan, our next guest, I saw you there.
I was there.
You were there. It was a great evening.
Yeah, I actually brought my daughter out too.
Yes.
And she was really excited to be a part of everything. So it's a lot of fun.
Great. The only other thing, you know what, and I think I'll put this at the end, I wanted to talk about the Youth Job Fair. So we're going to go ahead and talk to Megan.
Sure.
Megan is here, and she is starting to prepare for the annual Alzheimer's Walk.
Yeah.
Megan Francis with Sunnybrook.
Yeah. Thank
you're the
you
marketing.
for having me. I'm the marketing director. Yeah.
You're the fun lady. That's what you are.
I do. I say that I have one of the best jobs.
Oh, you do.
Because not only do I get to be a part of what I think is the best community of seniors and be a part of the fun and everything, but I get to go out and just tell everybody about it.
Oh, sure.
And bring more people in to have
Yep.
fun with us. So yeah, I definitely have the best job.
And the people that live at Sunnybrook have the best life.
Yeah.
Because they have Wii bowling, and they have snacks,
Yeah.
and they have events, and you bring people in to see them, and you take them out places to go, and your whole job is to just keep them having fun. And
Yeah, and pretty much everything they challenge us with, we, want to keep
Yeah.
them doing. So
I went
it's a ton
out
of fun.
and did Wii bowling with them,
Yeah.
and they creamed me.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, they're good. They're so good.
Yeah, we had a tough competition today.
Oh, did you? Who came out today?
Yep, the police department was
Oh,
out
yeah?
to try and displace the fire department.
Yes. I
We
saw they were on the leaderboard.
Yeah, the fire department is in third place. We actually now have a three-way tie for fourth place.
Oh, they didn't beat them.
But they took Tony Tone and Jason Miller off the board.
Uh-oh.
So
Took him
that's
out.
that was the big move of today, and yeah, it's just been so much fun.
Oh.
Yeah, it's just, and the community has embraced it.
Oh, yeah.
Which is just awesome.
It was so fun when
Yeah.
I was there. I just loved it.
Yeah.
Loved it.
Yeah, it's a ton of fun. So,
And they look
who knew?
forward to it, and it's not like that's the only thing they do.
No.
You have a whole bunch of these super funny things and events for
Yeah.
them to do.
Yeah.
It's great.
Yeah.
Sunnybrook's a great place.
Thank
really,
you.
really is.
Thank you.
And so now the Alzheimer's Walk.
Yeah.
Can you tell us a little bit about that? How long has it been going, and what did it start with, and where are we now?
Sure. I'm going to tell you, and I'm going to be honest, I don't know 100% dates and time on the
General.
history, but kind of the timeline of things that have happened. The Alzheimer's Walk used to be here in Muscatine. Of course, with all of us, just areas being stretched and jobs and all those things, the resources did move to some of the bigger areas. So
Sure.
there is a Quad Cities Walk, there's walks in Burlington and other areas, and the specific one to Muscatine kind of got fed into those larger ones.
Okay.
So I think about 3 years ago, a smaller group of a lot of the communities that that provide memory care
Sure.
got together and said, we still want to do something.
Yes.
We want to do something here. So they came up with the Memory Start With Us Walk.
Oh, yes.
And that did happen for 3 years. That was the one that
Yes.
you were a part of.
Yes.
Great involvement. The community embraced it.
Oh, yeah.
Last year it did have to get canceled because of downpours.
It was bad weather.
Yeah, yeah, and it is an event that we want everyone to be a part of.
Yep.
It
affects us all.
It affects everybody. So not only caregivers, not only family members, those going through and living with this, and
Yes.
all of those that are around them and embrace them. So to possibly compromise any of those people in their health, we went ahead and canceled it last year.
Yep.
Because of such a strong need in Muscatine, through seminars and support groups and just different inquiries going to the Alzheimer's Association from Muscatine, they are coming back in
See,
to
we're
Muscatine.
worth it.
Yeah.
We're worth having.
Yeah,
Yep.
yep. They know that there's definitely a passion
Yep.
here in town.
And we're a giving community.
And we are a very giving community. Yep. A
Caring.
very,
Yep.
yeah. So they are back to help kind of support this.
Good.
So we're starting off at the beginning with this. We are having a volunteer kickoff event on Monday night at the library.
Okay.
In that large upstairs room, the
Yes.
301 room, at 5:30 to 7 on Monday. And there will be a brief 15-minute kind of presentation and stuff about the walk. But really, this is a chance to come in, sit down, and talk about any kind of involvement you want to have.
So basically, this is a gathering of people that are going to help plan the Alzheimer's Walk this year.
It's to help plan it. It's to get your name on a list if you just want to go out and recruit and find teams.
Okay.
If you want to be part of the day of logistics and just want to check people in.
Okay.
No matter what your time commitment, what your level of involvement, anything, come by.
Okay.
Start getting your name on the list. You may be surprised at the different ways that you can help out with very
From little to great big.
Right, right. But if you are that planner and you want to plan the day of activities, or
Fun.
you want to go out and ask for money, or you want to go get the word out and those types of things, of course we want to see you too.
Sure.
But even if
Or take pictures, whatever.
right, my time is crunched.
Oh,
I know I
yes.
only have a little bit, but I care and I want to be involved.
Yep.
Come out, find out what part you can be.
Has the date been chosen yet?
We have a tentative date.
Tentative.
This Monday is going to kind of put all that together.
All right.
And then hopefully that group will start to plaster it everywhere. So we're just securing that location.
Gotcha.
On that one. But yes, there's a date in the works. In August is going to
So
be the
end of summer.
yeah.
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 Before school starts,
Yep.
usually.
Yep.
Seems like it's usually a week or so before then.
Yeah.
Yeah, except
Yeah.
for last year.
We've done October. Yeah, October
Yeah,
was not our
October
friend.
was too cold. I remember the October one.
October was a little rough, so we're going
Yes.
to try the other end of it and
Yeah.
see what we can do. But we, previously it had kind of been run by those who were in assisted living and skilled nursing, and it was a really good group. But we want to be more inclusive.
Oh, sure.
So everybody is invited to come and be a part of it. Anybody. So many people have been touched.
Oh, yes.
And you don't even really know it until a conversation comes up. And because of the topic, it doesn't always come up.
No.
It's not like, when we all talk that we watched Grey's Anatomy or we watch, a show or something.
Sure.
There's just those conversations
Yeah.
that come up. But as soon as you do get into a conversation, you realize how many people are touched or
Sure they are.
affected or have known someone
they
or
are.
had someone in their family or are caring for someone or a spouse. And so, we want to make sure that that community is feeling supported.
Or are interested in prevention,
And prevention.
because that's always the best thing.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. It's kind of crazy to think that Alzheimer's disease is now the 6th leading cause of death
Wow.
nationwide, and 7th in Iowa.
And, I remember when I was a youth, we didn't even know about it.
Yeah, it was not something, and people are
They
living
just
a lot
had old
longer,
age.
right?
Yeah.
People are living longer.
Yeah.
We've made a lot of developments in different diseases
Uh-huh.
like heart disease and those types of things. So people were actually dying
Before.
before it was
Sure.
really coming to light.
Yeah.
So just trying to learn about it, and then learn some things on prevention. I was, looking at, obviously we at Sunnybrook, we provide memory care.
Sure.
So just the questions come up a little bit more, and just looking at some of the top 10 signs, and just knowing what are those things to look for,
Right.
so that you can get diagnosed early and
Sure.
find out.
Because there is stuff that can help prolong.
Right.
Right?
There's no cure
Uh-huh.
or anything, but there are some drugs that can be used to kind of slow down
Sure.
side effects. There are also just natural ways. We were talking a little bit earlier about staying active and keeping your mind active, and we're in a
Staying
daily
healthy
work.
and
We're in a daily work life,
Uh-huh.
and it challenges our minds, and we're
Sure.
going crazy. And then if that stops, then the mind is not being
Yep.
challenged anymore, and that can bring on.
My
some-
mother-in-law always swore she did a crossword puzzle every day.
Yeah,
She
Yeah.
said, I got to do my crossword puzzle.
yeah.
And
They
that-
drive me
and that
nuts.
was
but-
why. Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
But she said that it prevents dementia.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
Yeah, keeping that mind active.
Keeps your memory
Yeah.
going.
Those
That's
Sudoku
right.
puzzles.
Oh, I know.
You know,
I love
there's a
Sudoku.
reason for it.
Yeah.
And then, places like assisted living and those
Oh,
types
sure.
of things, and the social networks.
Where they keep busy and they have friends and they're not just living in a bubble in isolation.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just, yeah, we don't want that.
yeah.
We
yeah.
want them being
For a long
active
sense.
and
Yeah.
well, I was talking at the beginning about having a birthday today, and I think I don't feel that old.
yeah.
And I think these people don't feel that old either.
No. Yeah.
No, they're just youngsters and they happen just to have an older body.
Yeah.
But they still want to do things and have fun and be challenged. And
Yeah.
I'm telling you, they give people a run for their money on that Wii bowling. They definitely do.
They do. Yeah. We have had a few defeats.
Uh-huh.
But
Oh, sure.
yeah. But
So tell us about the longest day.
Sure. The longest day, so that is the longest day of the year.
Uh-huh.
And that is kind of a concentrated fundraising effort. It will be a large fundraising effort for Sunnybrook this year, and I know other places throughout the community, because it will fall actually right before, just before our walk.
Uh-huh.
But it really is a day to pledge to do things in memory of those
Okay.
who do not remember anymore.
Sure.
Or so picking your favorite activity or a family member's favorite activity, or doing something in memory of them for the
Sure.
longest day. So it is the longest day of the year.
Certainly.
And
Or
just-
making a donation in their honor.
or making a donation or raising money. So at Sunnybrook, we're putting things together. There will definitely be something fun with our Wii bowling. We're putting together a trivia night.
Uh-huh. Oh, that'll be
so,
fun.
Yeah. So just to bring awareness to
Sure.
to the cause, to the disease, to the families, and then to celebrate the progress we've made.
Sure.
And the things that we have learned and the places that we can go when everybody comes together. So,
Yep.
yeah.
I think everybody wants to live at Sunnybrook when they get to be that
I
age.
hope so. I hope so. That would
think
be
so.
really good for me.
Oh,
but
sure.
I want to live there. So
I know.
I'm
I could
I'm
see me
hoping if
living
I
there.
work there
Yeah.
long enough that I
Yep.
just will roll into a room is
Just make your way down
I
the
know
hall.
I'll just stay
Yes.
there one day and maybe forget to go
because
home.
it's just like a home.
it is.
You know, it's,
Yeah,
which
it's
is it is.
fantastic.
It's their home.
Yeah, it is. It is. And we've really, gotten into fundraising this year a lot. So tomorrow we do have our monthly lunch with a cause.
Uh-huh.
That we are raising money for community action of
Pulled
Eastern
pork
Iowa.
sandwiches,
Pulled
did I
pork
see?
sandwiches, yeah. We go and invite everybody in the community, anybody
Uh-huh.
who wants to come and eat with us or get a to-go lunch. We had 8 members of our police department come in last month for a lunch for a cause and support that.
Very
And,
good.
The Y, Amy Hessel,
Yeah.
has
She'll
always
go
been
pick
really
up
great.
for everybody. Bring
Yeah.
it back.
Has been really good.
Yes.
Becky Insurance is a really great supporter.
sure.
Nelson Insurance. So we've got some great supporters, and then community members that just come in and
Yeah.
spend the afternoon, and then we can give back. So that's been a really important,
Oh, sure.
piece we've put in this year as well.
So much fun. I mean, I've been able to do birdies over there. I've been able to do like a chili tasting and a hot sauce. I did a
Yep.
hot sauce judging or a
Yeah.
salsa judging
Yep.
with Tony Tone and CJ.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah.
fun.
Yeah, it
Tons
is
of
a
fun.
lot of fun, and
It
we
really is.
we just love seeing everybody. And you know, we've now got H&R Block has asked to use our community for their gold coin hunt
Oh,
this Sunday for St. Patrick's Day.
okay.
And Whitney Pena from the police
Uh-huh.
department and Sean Lucas have brought out their youth group to do crafts with us once a quarter, and we have Boy Scout groups coming in and playing games with her. We just love everybody to be there.
And it's the integration.
Yeah, it is.
You know,
It's
they're
really
they're
important.
people and they're members of the community just like all of us are. They just happen to live in a group with other people.
Yeah, yeah.
But other than that, we still, I like it. Our granddaughter likes to do plays and things like that. And one of the plays she auditioned for, they did the auditions there. You know, so
lot
just
of
opening
previews
it
of
up
shows.
to the
Yeah.
community, you know. And I don't think people need to think of if they're going to be doing something, think of there.
Yeah, yeah.
You have space, you know, people
Yeah.
like to watch and
We,
join in.
Yeah, with the youth, it's really great because
Uh-huh.
it's great exposure for them too, to be with the senior population
Yep.
and to understand it. And it's the best audience ever. So if there's anyone looking to like preview a show or
Sure.
practice a song or a speech or my daughter's Little Miss Muscatine, and she had to do a dance at the county fair.
Yeah.
And we brought her in to practice in front of the residents
sure.
it is the best audience you are ever going to have, the most appreciative, and just get that chance to get some
sure.
exposure in front of a crowd. So
Yep.
just the possibilities are endless.
Oh, it is.
And,
Really, really
and,
is.
yeah, and anything that anyone, you know, can think of to
Uh-huh.
help join with a cause, you know, we're definitely open as
sure.
well. So
Well, you guys are just fabulous. They couldn't ask for a better staff.
thank you.
I mean, seriously.
Well-
I just don't think they could.
Thank you.
You're one of my favorite guests.
We
I just-
definitely consider it an honor to
Oh, I
work in their home.
Oh,
and
man, yeah.
Yeah, to, you know, they definitely run us around and, you know, it's a lot of fun. So,
You do have the best job.
yeah, I do have the best job.
Tons and tons of fun. All right, so we
Yeah.
got to give a reminder. So anybody that wants to help
Monday night.
plan
Yep.
the Alzheimer's Walk for this year,
Yep.
come on out. You know, if you can give an hour, if you can give 100 hours.
Yeah.
And come on out to the library upstairs, the big meeting room.
Yep.
Monday night, what time?
5:30 to 7.
5:30
And
to
it's
7.
a drop-in, so if
They
you
don't
can't
have
come
to
till
stay the
6,
whole time.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Come
definitely.
ask questions, write your name and phone number down, and
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah. And we'll get you involved
Yep.
from day one.
Yep. And if they can't make that but still want to help, give you a call.
Yep, they can give me a call, Michelle Kelman. On Facebook, there's
Mm-hmm.
a Muscatine Walk to End Alzheimer's. So you
Yes.
can join that group.
Perfect.
Michelle Kelman is the Alzheimer's Association contact.
Uh-huh.
You can always contact Sunnybrook and myself, of course. And then, yeah, we'll get that information out there. So we want everybody involved. We want people to start teams. You can get signed up now for
Uh-huh.
it. So start that team, get involved, start thinking of fundraising
Fun.
ideas, and get ready to walk.
Sounds great.
Yeah.
Sounds great. So I hope everybody comes out on Monday.
Yeah, I hope so.
All right.
Yeah,
Well, let us know if there's anything else we can do.
definitely.
All right.
Thank you.
for coming.
Thank you.
Hey, I want to just give a couple of shout outs before we close out the evening and a couple of save the dates. So we have big shout out to Allison Ritchie. She's with Iowa Workforce Development Center, and she has helped me last year, and we're doing another one this year, Mayor's Youth Job Fair at the high school. So that is going to be held on April 15th from 3 to 6 at the Muscatine High School in the Commons area. There'll be quite a few employers in the community, and they'll be all set up at different tables. You know, the Commons area is kind of like where they eat lunch. So you have all these tables sitting around. And so each one will be a different employer. And you can come, you bring your parent, the youth, or the parents bring the youth, either way you want to look at it. And they can go around, fill out a job application. Some people get jobs right there on the spot. Some leave their application, follow up later. It's a great opportunity for youth to secure a summer job and to really get their feet wet into the job market because they've got a life ahead of them of working out in the community. So it's a really good opportunity. So that's April 15th from 3 to 6. You don't need to pre-register. Next, I would just like to share next Tuesday, our city guests are Judy Yates, and she is with MCSA, the Domestic Violence Shelter, and they're planning their annual New Beginnings fundraiser. And Amy Hessel with the Y is going over all the different summer programs that are available. I will be on vacation out of the country next week, and so at-large Councilman Kelsey Brackett, who is also our Mayor Pro Tem, is going to be doing the Our City show and then the council meeting for me. And all other kinds of things have came up, and I just keep sending him emails. Oh yeah, and there's a meeting here, and there's a meeting here, and there's a meeting here. He's gonna regret accepting Mayor Pro Tem by the time it's over. But big shout out and thank you to him. So this Thursday night, we have an in-depth city council meeting at 7 o'clock. The agenda is online on the Muscatine City website. Our next Coffee with the Mayor is March 30th at 9 a.m. at Happy Joe's on Lake Park Boulevard. So if you're able to come out to that, we'd love to have you come. We just sit and casually visit, and people ask questions, and we talk about different things going on in our city. So thank you so much for coming out tonight. Thank you for all the wonderful things that we do for each other here in our city, and we hope to see you next week here in City Hall. Thank you so much and have a great evening.
Our City with Mayor Diana Broderson replays on MPW Channel 9, Wednesday at 2 p.m. and 7 p.m. and Thursday at 7 a.m. Of course, we're live every Tuesday at 6:30 p.m. on Facebook. Email us at ourcity@muscatineiowa.gov.